Welcome to Maths Doc.
Welcome again. Today, this is another lesson for SHS Mathematics Lesson 3, Properties of Real Numbers. Our topic is understanding the law of real numbers. Let's look at this icebreaker, which is a quick challenge to think fast. There are two questions. The first one is 5 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 5. And then the second one, which is B, is 5 minus 3 is equal to 3 minus negative 5. Which of the two give you the correct answer? Now we have 5 plus 3 to give you 8. And 3 plus 5 also gives you 8. 5 minus 3 will give you 2. And 3 minus 5 will give you negative 2. The answer is A. What is the reason? Because addition follows the commutative property. I believe you also had the same answer correct. Now our lesson objective. By the end of this lesson, students should be able to define real numbers, identify the properties of real numbers, apply the property in solving mathematical problems, and then simplify expressions using the laws of real numbers. Introduction to the real number system. In our previous lesson, we've already discussed real numbers are numbers that can be found on the number line, where we have natural numbers. Natural numbers beginning from 1 up to infinity. Whole numbers. Whole numbers are numbers that start from 0 up to infinity. Integers are negative and positive whole numbers. Rational numbers, as we all know, can be expressed as A over B or has their decimals recurring. Irrational numbers are not be able to express as A over B, and at the same time their decimals do not reoccur. Let's move on. The first property we are going to consider today is commutative property. And the property says that changing the order does not change the answer. A plus B, which is also x plus y, is the same as y plus x. In other words, if you look at this example, 4 plus 7 is 11. 7 plus 4 is also 11. Then also we have A times B is equal to B times A. It means x times y is equal y times x. Having the expression here, 3 times 5 will give you 15, and then 5 times 3 similarly gives you the same answer. I guess you can give yourself at least one or two examples which is in relation to what we have done today. But you should note that addition and multiplication are commutative. Now, associative property is another property which we are going to consider. It has a simple approach. When you have the first two in a bracket plus the external value c, is the same as having the last two in a bracket and plus a, meaning that if each one of them finds itself in a bracket does not affect the results. No matter the position of the value, the answer becomes the same in terms of addition. Likewise, in terms of multiplication, it doesn't mind the position in which two terms find themselves in. So 3 plus 5 will give you 3 plus 2 will give you 5 plus 4, and then 2 plus 3 times 4 will give you 7. The final answer is 9. Now 3 times 2 is 6 times 4, and also 3, 4, 12. These same answers give you 24 each. Distribution. The word distribution means sharing yourself or putting yourself into each groups. You have A sharing itself over B plus C. Say A times B, A times C. That will give you AB plus AC. So we have an example, 3 into bracket 4 plus 5. And 3 times 4 will give you 12. 3 times 5 will give you 15. Assuming you have this example, 4 times 3 plus 4 times 2. That is 12 plus 8. That will give your final answer to be 20. There is an identity that you should note that any number addition to 0 will give you the same number. Example, 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. A number multiplied by 1 gives you the same number. That means 1 times 1 is 1, or 2 times 1 is 2. Addition of an inverse value, any number time plus the negative of the answer is 0. So we have 2 plus negative 2 is equal to 0. We also have a times 1 over a, that is a times its inverse, will give you 2 times 1 over 2 is the same as 2 over 2 is equal to 1. Now this is a summary and a class exercise. Try your hands on this and give me a notification and a comment at your comment section. Have a nice day.